Welcome back to another episode of Toriko Unveiled. It's been a while since we hopped into this universe. Last time we spoke of in-game Toriko, but just because we examined the end of the series doesn't mean the reviewing needs to stop. Today we will re-examine the abilities and the powers of Toriko and the other Heavenly Kings, starting with Toriko himself. Toriko is not only one of my favorite animes, but also one of my favorite anime characters. In terms of power, I truly believe that his universe reigns supreme in the shonen universe. As a champion of the people, Toriko once even carried a massive mountain-sized porcelain bowl filled with enough ingredients to feed the billions of people living in the human world. From using techniques in their variations such as fork and knife that can slice mountains in half, the Kuji punch, which is so powerful it can blow a hole in the planet. And even without these techniques, Toriko's brute strength shown by the series' end was planet-busting level. Examples proven by his battles with Neo, the Eight Kings, or Final Form Akashi, whom he punched across the planet and back in mere seconds. He can fight in pitch-black environments or high-gravity stress environments, meaning he can adapt to nearly any battlefield, and that shows the true resilience of his gourmet cells. Toriko's body can create antibodies or react to rare and delicious food, giving Toriko a power boost, even though that applies to any gourmet cell wielder. We even see Toriko's body push past its reserves with photography, literally the process of his gourmet cells or gourmet cell demon devouring his body for a temporary max power boost. Throughout the show, we watch him and many of the other characters evolve from barely being able to withstand the gourmet world's harsh environment to outright battling the most powerful creatures on the planet, the Eight Kings themselves in their own environments. Toriko has shown the ability to adapt to circumstances and opponents several times over. In extreme environments with low or high temperatures, Toriko's body can adapt to suit the environment, breathing more efficiently, or in the case of temperatures in thousands of degrees, shed his skin to lose heat and regenerate it. His body is immune to several hundred poisons, and he can produce a substance from his body known as phytoncide, a chemical that plants produce to ward away insects. Again, he adapts very quickly to even high-gravity stress environments, even being able to unify the trillions of cells in his body using the technique Inbu. He also has a host of nuanced non-combat abilities that make all even more of a superpowered being, like his mirror neurons. Toriko has shown the ability to instantly mimic techniques, which is likely due to his mirror neurons, special neurons in the brain that let people mimic actions they witness. Toriko has copied both Coco's life erasure ability and Sunny's power of intuition instantly. He can also master new techniques quickly, effortlessly creating new techniques for his own fighting style on the fly and learning complex skills such as Inbu, which he mastered in a matter of days. Food honor, a mind technique where by showing constant gratitude to the food that you are eating, it eliminates all wasteful movements, emotions, and actions, and increases the body's efficiency. The power of attacks is raised significantly, and the technique requires 1/20th of the original energy needed. Food immersion, the ultimate technique of food honor. This allows Toriko to use the energy he's gained from eating to be stored in his body fully for later use. Feasting can ensure that the user has near limitless reserves of energy to call upon. Inbu, a martial arts style created by Babina, the Monkey King. Using Inbu, all the body's 60 trillion cells are unified towards a single purpose, which grants an enormous defensive and offensive boost. Energy can be redirected out of the body, such as kinetic energy from an attack or the force of gravity itself. Cellular focus increases natural regeneration, and if all of the cells unified together are focused towards a singular purpose of attacking, then the power of attacks is raised significantly as well. Following up with Inbu, we have Toriko's Devil Sense. Toriko's sense of smell is probably one of his most unique traits. He uses the power of this in his gourmet demon to enhance his unparalleled sense of smell, which is comparable to the Wolf King's Guinness, and his ability, Soul Search, which is strong enough to absorb all information from his targets and suck their soul from their body. Toriko also has the ability of soul interaction and perception with his Devil Sense. He can temporarily draw out the soul of them, stunning them, and he can perceive everything about the target's identity from this. Perhaps one of Toriko's most powerful techniques is the conduct of the king, or known as the ultimate routine. Now, I've spoke of the ultimate routine before. It is a mind technique that creates a mental image of what the user desires to occur and uses immense amounts of energy to create an impression of this image on reality. This impression is felt by both the user and people or even animals in the local vicinity. It raises the power of attack significantly. If the impression is even strong enough, then whatever the user imagines may even come true, such as focusing enough to create a stomach ulcer and then healing it using the image. However, after eating Akashi's full course, Toriko was able to transform his left arm into the left arm of his red Oni. After consuming air, transforms his right arm into the right arm of the Oni. And after consuming pear, he can fully transform his body after eating the rest of Ashi's course, with the exception of God and Sinner. Toriko's red Oni allows him to do certain techniques and makes him incredibly more powerful. He can also increase his size enormously when transforming, which allows him to break free of restraints and launch larger attacks. Toriko's Onis will be getting a separate video altogether, because each is actually from a different universe, and least of all, their own separate entity within Toriko. But for now, thanks for watching another episode of Toriko Unveiled. Tune back in for the next one where we explain the next of the Heavenly Kings.